Have you ever wondered why the same number keeps showing up everywhere you look? Maybe on your phone, clocks, receipts, or random signs? It's always there, almost like it's trying to get your attention. That number isn't random. It's guidance, a quiet message meant just for you. Once you understand it, everything shifts. This audiobook will shake what you believe to the core and change how you see your life forever. Before we begin, let me know in the comments where you're listening from and the angel number you are constantly seeing. It's always powerful to see people from all over the world waking up to the same truth together. Introduction. Seeing angel numbers. Have you ever had the feeling, a quiet but persistent knowing, that there is more to your life than what you are currently experiencing? That just beyond the veil of your everyday routine, a grander, more purposeful, more abundant existence is waiting for you? If you have, and I suspect you have, for why else would you be here, listening to this now? Then you have already felt the first gentle nudge of a higher awareness. You have sensed the universe not as a cold, empty void, but as a conscious, responsive partner in your journey. And my friend, that feeling is the most important one you will ever have. It is the foundation upon which a magnificent life is built. Now, you might be asking, if this grander life is waiting, why does it so often feel just out of reach? Why do our dreams sometimes feel like distant stars, beautiful to look at, but impossible to grasp? The answer is not a lack of desire, nor is it a lack of effort. You have both in abundance. The answer, I propose, lies in the language. You have been trying to converse with the universe using a vocabulary of worry, of doubt, of frantic action. But the universe, this intelligent and benevolent force, speaks a different dialect. It speaks a language of energy, of synchronicity, of subtle, repeating patterns. And one of its most profound, most accessible, and most personal dialects is the language of numbers, angel numbers. This is not a book about complex numerology or arcane calculations. This is a book about a conversation. A conversation that has already begun. Those repeating numbers you see: 111, 444, 123. Whatever sequence seems to be finding you, they are not random. They are deliberate. They are intentional. They are the universe's way of sending you a personalized, encrypted message of encouragement, of guidance, and of unwavering support. Think of them as road signs on the highway of your destiny. You have been seeing the signs, but perhaps you haven't been given the map to understand them. Until now. This journey we are about to embark on together is not about decoding a universal dictionary where 111 means one thing and 777 means another. No, that would be far too limiting for the infinite intelligence that guides us. This is about you learning the grammar of this divine language. It is about you understanding how to interpret the messages meant specifically for you, in the context of your own dreams, your own challenges, and your own magnificent potential. This is about moving from a passive observer of these curious patterns to an active co-creator with the energy they represent. You are about to learn how to stop merely seeing the numbers and start working with them to manifest the life of wealth, purpose, and profound fulfillment you were born to live. So, if you are ready to move from wondering to knowing, from seeking to finding, from dreaming to manifesting, then turn the page and let us begin. Your numbered path awaits. Chapter 1. The First Spark. Why you are seeing numbers now. It begins with a flicker of awareness, a subtle shift in your perception that alters everything. One moment, you are simply glancing at the time. The next, you are met with a sequence like 11, 11, and something within you stirs. It is a feeling, faint but undeniable, a quiet whisper in the soul that says, "Pay attention, this is for you." This, my friend, is not a random event. This is the first spark of a divine awakening. This is the moment the universe, in its infinite wisdom, has decided you are ready. Ready for what? Ready to remember who you truly are and why you are truly here. This initial noticing is the most important sign you will ever receive, because it signifies that you have stepped onto the path. The veil is beginning to thin, and a higher guidance is reaching through, seeking a connection with you. I want you to think back to that very first time you consciously noticed a repeating number. Can you recall it? Do you remember the circumstances? Perhaps you were at a crossroads, facing a difficult decision. Maybe you were feeling lost, questioning your direction in life. Or perhaps you were in a moment of quiet prayer, asking for a sign, any sign, that you were not alone. That number was your answer. It was the universe's way of gently tapping you on the shoulder and saying, "I am here. You are heard, and you are on the right track." This is the purpose of the first spark, to pull you out of the hypnotic trance of everyday life and into a state of conscious collaboration with the creative forces of the world. Now, you might wonder, why now? What has changed to make you receptive to this language now? The answer lies within your own spiritual and personal evolution. You have been doing the work, even if you did not call it that. Every time you chose hope over despair, every time you sought meaning in a challenge, every time you dared to dream a bigger dream for yourself, you were raising your own vibration. You were fine-tuning your inner receiver to a higher frequency. The numbers were always being broadcast, but now, finally, you have dialed into the correct station. Your readiness has called the message forth. This is not a coincidence. It is a coronation. It is a recognition of the growth you have already achieved. So I am speaking directly to you now. The next time you see one of these numbers, I want you to pause. I want you to take a deep, conscious breath, and in that moment, I want you to acknowledge what is happening. Do not let it slip by. Do not dismiss it as your imagination. That number is a personal telegram from a higher dimension of your own consciousness, a dimension that is intimately connected to the source of all abundance, all love, and all purpose. It is a direct line, your direct line. In that moment of acknowledgement, you are not just a passive recipient. You are an active participant. You are sending a signal back that says, "I see you. I am listening. Show me more." And my friend, the universe, thrilled with your response, will always, without fail, oblige. Chapter 2. Beyond Coincidence. Recognizing the language of the universe. We have been taught to believe in the random, the accidental, the mere coincidence. It is a comfortable, safe way to move through the world, because it requires no faith, no responsibility, no grand design. But deep down, in the quietest part of your being, you have always known that this view of the world is incomplete. You have felt the threads of connection, the invisible tapestry that weaves your life together in a pattern that is far too intelligent, far too meaningful, to be the product of mere chance. Those repeating numbers you are seeing are the proof. They are the undeniable evidence that the universe is not a chaotic void, but a profoundly intelligent system, and it is communicating with you. The question is, will you choose to believe the old story of randomness, or will you embrace the new, thrilling truth of divine synchronicity? Let us consider the concept of synchronicity. It is a term coined by the great psychologist Carl Jung to describe a meaningful coincidence. It is an event that seems causally unrelated, yet feels profoundly connected. Seeing the number 222 on a license plate moments after praying for stability in your relationship is not a random event. Finding a receipt for $555 right after setting a powerful intention to increase your income is not a fluke. These are synchronistic events. They are the universe's way of winking at you, of showing you that your inner world and your outer world are not separate, but are in a constant, dynamic dance. When you begin to recognize this, your entire life becomes a conversation. Every moment holds the potential for a message, for a sign, for a confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. I want you to think about your own life. I want you to recall a time when a so-called coincidence felt so perfectly timed, so eerily appropriate, that it sent a shiver down your spine. That was no accident. That was a moment of grace. That was the language of the universe breaking through the noise. The angel numbers are simply the most consistent and accessible form of this language. They are a training wheel for your spiritual awareness. They are clear, unambiguous, and impossible to ignore once you know what to look for. They are the universe meeting you exactly where you are, using the very fabric of our reality mathematics to convey its support. So, from this moment forward, I want you to make a decision. Decide that you will no longer dismiss these signs. Decide that you will adopt the mindset of a detective on the most important case of your life, the case of your own destiny. When you see a number, do not just note it and move on. Stop. Ask yourself, what was I just thinking about? What question was on my heart? What problem was I trying to solve? The number is the response. It is the key that unlocks the next door. It is the confirmation that your thoughts and intentions are being heard, amplified, and supported by a power far greater than yourself. When you move beyond coincidence, you step into a world alive with meaning, a world that is conspiring in your favor. And that, my friend, is when the real magic begins. Chapter 3. The Art of Receiving. How to listen when the universe speaks. The universe is never silent. It is a constant broadcast of guidance, support, and love. The challenge for most of us is not that the messages are not being sent. The challenge is that we have forgotten how to properly receive them. We are like radios, with our dials stuck on a station of static, the static of our worries, our to-do lists, our fears, and our endless internal chatter. To hear the clear, strong signal of divine guidance, we must learn to turn the dial. We must learn the art of receiving. This is not a passive act. It is an active, engaged, and deeply rewarding practice of tuning your awareness to a higher frequency. It is about creating a sacred space, both within and around you, where the whispers of the universe can become a clear, unmistakable voice. The first and most fundamental step in this art is the cultivation of stillness. In the frantic pace of modern life, stillness is often seen as a luxury, or worse, a waste of time. I am here to tell you that it is the single most important investment you can make in your future. Stillness is the antenna through which you receive the signal. You do not have to sit in meditation for hours on end, though if you can, that is wonderful. I am talking about a practiced, momentary stillness. It is the pause you take before you get out of bed in the morning to set your intention for the day. It is the deep breath you take before you answer a difficult phone call. It is the moment of quiet gratitude you feel before you take your first bite of a meal. In these tiny pockets of stillness, you are recalibrating your receiver. You are telling the universe, I am open. I am here. Now, let us apply this directly to the numbers. Before you can understand what a number means, you must first be in a state to receive its message clearly. The next time a number sequence catches your eye, I want you to practice this. Do not rush to look up a meaning in a book. Instead, I want you to turn inward. Close your eyes for just a moment if you can. Place your hand on your heart. Feel its steady, rhythmic beat. Now, in that state of quiet connection, ask a simple question. What is the feeling this number brings me? Does 777 make you feel a sense of victorious accomplishment? Does 123 bring a feeling of easy, flowing progress? Your initial, intuitive feeling is the most accurate interpretation you will ever get. It is the message, custom-tailored for your soul in that exact moment. This is your personal practice. This is your direct line. The more you practice this art of receiving this conscious pausing, this tuning inward, the stronger and clearer the signal will become. The numbers will appear more frequently. Their meanings will become more obvious. You will start to feel a sense of partnership, a beautiful dialogue between you and the infinite intelligence of creation. You are not just a bystander in your life. You are the co-pilot, and these numbers are your navigation system, guiding you toward your highest good. Trust the process. Trust the stillness. And most of all, trust the feelings that arise within you when you truly, openly receive. Chapter 4. The Bridge to Belief. Transforming sight into unshakable faith. Seeing a sign is one thing. Believing in it with every fiber of your being is another. This gap between sight and belief is where most dreams falter. It is the chasm that doubt fills with its echoing questions. Was that really a sign? Or am I just seeing what I want to see? What if I am wrong? What if I am making it all up? My friend, I want to tell you something crucial. These questions are not the enemy. They are the final test before your faith becomes unshakable. Moving from casual observation to core belief is the single most important transition you will make on this path. It is the moment you move from being a tourist on the numbered path to becoming a permanent resident of a more magical, more responsive world. Think of belief not as a fragile vase to be placed on a high shelf, but as a muscle. A muscle must be stressed and used to grow stronger. Your belief muscle is strengthened every single time you act on a sign. It is that simple and that profound. Let me give you an example. Suppose you see the number 888, and you get a sudden, intuitive feeling of financial abundance. The old you might have noted it, felt a flicker of hope, and then gone back to worrying about bills. The new you, the one building unshakable faith, will take an action. You might finally make that sales call you have been putting off. You might invest in that course you have been looking at. You might simply open a savings account and deposit a single dollar. The action itself is irrelevant in its size. Its power lies in its symbolism. You are demonstrating your faith. You are telling the universe, I saw your sign, I believe your message, and I am moving in the direction you have indicated. This is where the magic truly ignites. When you take an action based on a sign, you create a feedback loop of faith. You see the sign, you feel the belief, you take the action, and then the universe responds to your action by sending more confirmation, which strengthens your belief, which leads to more powerful action. It is an upward spiral that lifts you out of the realm of hope and into the realm of knowing. You are no longer hoping the universe is on your side. You know it is. You are no longer hoping your dreams are possible. You know they are inevitable. This knowing is the most powerful force a human being can possess. It is the engine of all manifestation. So I am asking you now, what sign have you received lately that you have been hesitant to act upon? What gentle nudge have you felt that you have rationalized away? I want you to choose one, just one, and today, I want you to take a step. It does not have to be a giant leap. A small, symbolic step is all that is required to begin building the bridge. That step is the physical manifestation of your faith. It is the proof you offer to yourself that this is real. And when you take that step, you will feel a shift inside you. You will feel a confidence you have not felt before. You will feel the universe leaning in, smiling, and preparing to meet you more than halfway. For when you walk in faith, the entire path rises up to meet your feet. Chapter 5. Your personalized compass. Interpreting the numbers of your life. Many people search for a rigid dictionary, a rule book that says, this number means that. They want to outsource their intuition to an external authority. That would be like asking a stranger to write the story of your life. The true power, the profound magic, of this journey is that the most important interpreter of your numbers is you. The universe is not sending you a generic, mass-produced message. It is sending a deeply personal, intimately crafted communique, designed for your eyes and your heart only. Your feelings, your current circumstances, and your deepest questions are the Rosetta Stone that will unlock the true meaning of the numbers you see. You already possess everything you need to understand the language. Let us explore how this works in practice. The number 444, for instance, might be universally described as a sign of angelic protection and stability. But what does that mean for you? Right now, in your life. If you are in the middle of a turbulent emotional period, 444 could be a message to find your center, to stand firm in your own truth. If you are about to launch a new business venture, 444 could be a confirmation that the foundation you have built is strong and secure. If you are praying for a loved one, 444 could be a promise that they are being watched over. The core theme is stability, but the specific application is uniquely yours. The number is the key, but your life is the lock it is meant to open. This is where your journal becomes your most powerful tool. I want you to start keeping a record, not just of the numbers you see, but of the context. What were you thinking about the moment you saw 111? What decision were you wrestling with when 555 appeared? What prayer was on your lips when you glanced at the clock at 3:33? Over time, as you review your entries, you will begin to see your own personal code emerging. You will discover that for you, the number 222 consistently appears when you are needing to have more faith in a personal relationship. You will see that 777 shows up as a celebratory cheer whenever you complete a major project. This personalized code is infinitely more valuable than any pre-written definition. It is the living, breathing dialogue between you and the divine. So, from this day forward, I want you to grant yourself the authority to be the ultimate decoder of your own signs. When you see a number, pause, connect with the feeling, look at what is happening in your life, and then ask this powerful question: what is the most loving, most supportive, most empowering message I can receive from this number right now? Trust the first thought that comes to your mind. Trust the feeling in your heart. That is your answer. That is your compass needle pointing true north. The universe trusts you to understand its message. It is time for you to trust yourself. When you do, you will find that you are never, ever lost. You are always being guided, one personalized number at a time, toward the magnificent destiny that is yours and yours alone. Chapter 6. The Manifestation Matrix. Weaving numbers into your dreams. You have learned to see the signs, to believe in them, and to interpret their personal meaning. Now we arrive at the most exciting part of our journey. The point where knowledge becomes power, and power becomes tangible reality. This is the art of active manifestation. You see, the numbers are not merely indicators that you are on the right path. They are energetic catalysts that can help you create the path itself. They are focal points for your intention, amplifiers for your faith, and the very building blocks of the life you wish to manifest. You are about to learn how to weave these numbers into the fabric of your dreams, creating a powerful matrix where your thoughts and divine support become one unified force of creation. Let us talk about the principle of focused intention. Every great achievement in human history began as a single, focused thought in someone's mind. That thought, when fueled by emotion and belief, magnetizes the people, resources, and opportunities necessary to bring it into physical form. The angel numbers are your focusing lens. They help you to concentrate the scattered energy of your hopes and dreams into a laser beam of purposeful creation. Here is how you can begin to practice this. When you have a specific goal, let us say a financial goal, and you see a number associated with abundance, like 888, do not just smile and move on. Use it as a trigger for a powerful creative visualization. I want you to try this. The next time you see an auspicious number, I want you to close your eyes for just 30 seconds. See the number glowing brightly in your mind's eye. Now, imagine that number is a seed of pure, potent energy. See that seed being planted in the fertile soil of your belief. Then, visualize your dream as if it is already accomplished. If it is a financial dream, feel the texture of the check in your hand. See the balance in your bank account. Feel the profound sense of security and freedom. Do this while holding the image of the number in your mind. You are, in that moment, forging a powerful neural and spiritual link. You are telling the universe, "This number is the symbol of my dream realized." Every time I see it, it reinforces the reality I am creating. This practice transforms you from a passive recipient of signs into an active architect of your destiny. The numbers become your partners. You will start to notice that after such a visualization session, the numbers appear more frequently, as if the universe is cheering you on, confirming your creative power. You might see 888 on a billboard, then on a receipt, then as part of a phone number. Each sighting is not a coincidence. It is a cosmic high five. It is the energy of your dream echoing back to you through the visible world. You are learning to speak the universe's language, and it is responding in kind. Weaving the numerical symbols of your success into the daily tapestry of your life. You are not just asking for your dreams. You are building them, number by number, with the universe as your foreman. Chapter 7. The Rhythm of Request. How to ask for the signs you need. A true partnership is a two-way street. It involves both listening and speaking, both receiving and requesting. Your relationship with the universe is the ultimate partnership. You have learned to listen, to receive its messages with grace and belief. Now, it is time to learn the art of the ask. You have every right to request specific guidance, clarity, and confirmation. In fact, doing so demonstrates a profound level of faith and engagement. It shows you are an active, invested participant in your own life story. You are not sitting back and waiting for signs to randomly appear. You are consciously directing the conversation toward the areas where you most need support and illumination. This is the rhythm of request, and it is a rhythm that will accelerate your progress beyond measure. Perhaps you are facing a decision between two paths. Both seem viable, but your heart is uncertain. This is a perfect moment to engage the rhythm of request. Find a quiet moment. Center yourself, and then speak to the universe as you would to a trusted mentor. Be clear, be direct. You might say, "I am seeking clarity on this decision. Please show me a clear sign, a specific number sequence, to guide me toward the path of my highest good. Let me see it 3 times today, so that I may know it is your answer." Then, release the request. Go about your day with an open heart and a watchful eye. Do not strain or become anxious. Trust that your request has been heard. Trust that the answer is on its way. The specificity of your request is important. By asking for a number to appear 3 times, you are creating a filter that separates a true sign from a potential coincidence. Seeing a number once could be happenstance. Seeing it twice might make you curious. But seeing it 3 times, after a direct and heartfelt request? That is a deliberate, unambiguous answer. This process does not make the universe subservient to your will. It aligns your will with the universe's intelligent flow. You are co-creating your guidance. You are tuning the dial of your receiver to the exact frequency of the answer you need. So I encourage you, do not be shy. The universe is boundless in its generosity and its desire to guide you. If you need confidence, ask for a number that makes you feel empowered. If you need comfort, ask for a number that brings you peace. If you need a green light to move forward on a project, ask for a number that signifies go. You have a divine right to this guidance. The moment you begin to ask, you affirm that right. You step into your role as a conscious creator, and you will be amazed, truly amazed, at how quickly, how lovingly, and how precisely the universe will respond to your sincere call. The conversation is waiting. It is your turn to speak. Chapter 8. The Currency of Consciousness. Aligning with the Energy of Wealth. We must address one of the most common dreams, and rightly so. The dream of financial abundance, of wealth, of freedom from the strain of lack. Many seek this through sheer force of effort, others through complex strategies. But true, lasting wealth is not merely a physical reality. It is first and foremost an energy. It is a state of consciousness. It is a vibration of abundance, of worthiness, of fertile possibility. The angel numbers are one of the most powerful tools you can use to tune your consciousness to this frequency of wealth, allowing you to become a magnet for prosperity in all its forms. You are not begging for scraps from the universe's table. You are learning to claim your rightful seat at the feast. Let us examine the energy of lack versus the energy of abundance. The energy of lack is rooted in fear, in scarcity, in the belief that there is not enough to go around. This vibration pushes wealth away, because like attracts like. The energy of abundance, however, is rooted in gratitude, in faith, and in the unshakable knowing that the universe is infinitely prosperous, and that you are a natural channel for that prosperity. When you see a number like 888, or any sequence that you associate with abundance, it is an invitation to immediately shift your consciousness from lack to abundance. It is a direct intervention from a higher power, designed to break the trance of scarcity. So, the next time you feel a pang of financial worry, or the next time you see a number linked to prosperity, I want you to practice a powerful switch. Do not just think, "Oh, good, money is coming." That is still future-based. Instead, I want you to feel wealthy now. In that very moment, summon the feeling of abundance. Feel deep, profound gratitude for the money you already have. Feel the security of knowing your needs are met. Feel the excitement and joy of having abundant resources to share and to enjoy. The number is your cue to step into this feeling. You are using it as a trigger to embody the energy of wealth itself. You are not waiting for the money to feel abundant. You are feeling abundant to attract the money. This is the great secret. When you align your consciousness with the energy of wealth, you begin to think, act, and perceive opportunities like a wealthy person. You make decisions from a place of power, not panic. You see possibilities where others see dead ends. You become a magnet for lucrative ideas, for fortunate encounters, for unexpected windfalls. The numbers are your constant tuning forks, bringing you back to the correct frequency whenever you drift off key. They are the currency of a high-value consciousness. Spend them wisely, invest your attention in them, and watch as your outer world transforms to reflect the inner wealth you have consciously and consistently chosen to embody. Chapter 9. Walking the Path. Integrating signs into your daily journey. Knowledge that is not applied is like a seed that is never planted. It holds potential, but it bears no fruit. The ultimate purpose of understanding this divine language is not to become a master decoder, but to become a master liver, a person who lives a life of greater purpose, greater peace, and greater power every single day. This is about integration. It is about weaving the awareness of these signs into the very fabric of your daily journey until it becomes as natural as breathing. This is where the mystical becomes practical, and where your life truly begins to transform from the inside out. Imagine starting your day not with a frantic grab for your phone, but with a quiet intention. Before you even get out of bed, you could set the tone. You might say, "Universe, my partner and my guide, I am open and receptive to your signs today. Please show me the numbers that will guide my steps, confirm my path, and illuminate my purpose." This simple, 60-second practice changes your entire orientation for the day. You are no longer walking through your life blindfolded. You are walking with your eyes wide open, looking for the treasures of guidance that are being laid out for you. You move from a state of reaction to a state of joyful anticipation. Then, as you move through your day, you engage with the signs as they appear. You see 111 on a document you are working on. Pause for a second. Acknowledge it. I see this. My thoughts are aligned with my highest good. I am creating my reality with focus and positivity. You see 555 on a street sign as you drive to a meeting? Take a deep breath. I see this. Change is here, and I am ready. I embrace this transformation with courage. These are not lengthy meditations. They are momentary touch points, spiritual pit stops that recalibrate your energy and keep you connected to the divine flow throughout the chaos of a normal day. This consistent, integrated practice does something remarkable. It builds a cumulative momentum of faith and alignment. Day by day, sign by sign, you are building a life that is not based on chance, but on choice and conscious cooperation. You will find yourself making better decisions. You will feel a deep, abiding sense of peace, even in the midst of challenges, because you know you are not alone. You are being guided. The path is being lit, step by step, number by number. You are not just reading about a magical way to live. You are living it. You are walking the numbered path, and with every step, you are proving that the universe is not only communicating with you, but that it is walking right beside you. Chapter 10. The Grand Invitation. Living a life of purpose and divine partnership. We have journeyed far together, you and I. From that first spark of awareness to the deep, integrated practice of walking with divine guidance every day. We have explored how to see, how to believe, how to ask, and how to manifest. Now, we arrive at our final destination, which is, in truth, a magnificent new beginning. This is not the end of a book. It is the start of the rest of your life. A life lived in conscious, joyful, powerful partnership with the universe itself. What you have been learning is more than a technique. It is an invitation, a grand invitation to step into the most expansive, most purposeful version of yourself, and to co-create a reality that reflects your highest potential. Look back at the person you were before you began to notice the numbers. That person was likely searching, feeling a sense of separation, wondering if there was more to life and how to access it. Now, look at who you are today. You are a person who knows, with certainty, that you are connected. You are a person who understands that you are having a continuous, personal dialogue with the creative intelligence of the cosmos. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a creator of reality. You are not hoping for a better future. You are actively building it with every thought, every intention, and every sign you acknowledge and act upon. This shift in identity is the greatest wealth you will ever acquire. Your purpose is not a single, hidden thing you must find. Your purpose is a flame that was lit within you the moment you were born. It is the unique combination of your talents, your passions, and your desire to contribute. The numbered path does not give you a purpose. It illuminates the path to living it fully. The signs confirm you are on track. They encourage you when the road gets steep. They celebrate with you when you reach a new summit. They connect the dots of your life into a picture of profound meaning, showing you that every experience, every challenge, and every joy has been part of a divine curriculum designed to shape you into the powerful, radiant being you are meant to be. So, as we conclude our formal time together, I leave you with this final thought. You are now a keeper of a beautiful secret. You know the language, you have the map, you have felt the presence of a loving guide. The invitation is permanent. The partnership is eternal. Your job now is simply to continue the conversation, to keep your heart open, your eyes watchful, and your faith unshakable. Continue to ask, continue to listen, and continue to take those bold, faith-filled steps toward your dreams. The universe is waiting for you. It has been all along. Go forth now and walk your numbered path with confidence, with joy, and with the absolute knowing that you are forever guided, forever supported, and forever loved. Your grand adventure is just beginning.